Morning, Bents. Time to get to work.
Hi, I'm Larry from Way Out One. I've been reselling for over 30 years, and I've been selling on eBay for over 20 years. Today I have a video on the St. Louis Record Show. This was filmed at two different shows. I had filmed the first one 2 months ago, and I cut the head off the guy I was interviewing. So we redid it with his full head, so we could see him and hear him speak. I hope you enjoy it. I think a record show is a place that, as a reseller, you can find things that you can resell that the record dealers don't usually deal with. So, particularly if you have an antique booth, it's a good place to find dollar records that you can put in your booth for $5. You can find posters, just odd and end music things, and sometimes they'll bring games and toys and things like that that I've had good luck with. So, I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks.
All right. Carl.
Yes.
Can you tell us how long the record show's been going on?
Record World, to my recollection, goes back to about the late 70s, which would put us where? 35 years, 38 years, something like that?
40, right?
40 years, maybe.
40 plus years.
Yeah. I started back in 78, I think. The only show going at the time was in Chicago. But then I thought, well, maybe we can do a smaller version here and put the first one on at the Howard Johnson Hotel. Had about 18 dealers. My ads looked like ransom notes. They were handwritten and handed them out flyers, but it was well attended. And it's growing into a pretty big show.
Yep, I think I've been coming here since like 83, somewhere around then.
Steady. We do 6 a year. We've always done 6 a year. And it's been up and down. First, I think 30 years, I never canceled a show. I canceled 2 shows in a row about 5 years ago with 2 snowstorms. And then with the COVID, I've canceled about 6, I guess, or maybe 5. But it's come back today. People are at the cabin fever.
Yep. It was a great crowd today.
Good crowd.
What I like about this show is there's so much good diversity. There's records, there's CDs, 8-tracks, cassettes, sometimes reel-to-reels, concert T-shirts.
Posters, T-shirts.
Yeah.
No, something for everybody here. All kinds of music. Vinyl oriented,
right.
You know, and vinyl was almost done a few years ago. Now it's came back with a very quite a surge.
Yep, it was a great show. Like I said, I like coming here. I've sat up a few times, and I've always enjoyed doing the show.
I've grown old with this show. I don't know what I was, 30 something. Now I'm going to be 75.
Yep.
And it's been gone all those years.
So do you collect anything for yourself still, record-wise?
I do, yeah. I collect 45s, doo-wop, blues, things like that. Of course, I'm at a point in my life where I pretty much better start selling some of it, because my kids and wife won't know what to do with it.
No, I have that same issue.
They don't collect. But, you know, I keep going. I'll probably be buying on the day, the day before I die.
Yeah.
It's been a good hobby.
It is. And it's great. And I love the people here. Like, I have so many friends at this show. It's crazy. You know, I can talk to people for hours, it seems like, about music.
Hobby, right? Yeah. You're right. There's any hobby, there are jerks in the field, but there's a lot of nice people too.
Yeah, I agree. And
this is a Midwestern show, which is different than the ones you see up in New York or whatever.
Right. Coast.
So I try to go a couple big shows a year, which helps fund the hobby, but those have been shut down.
Texas is coming up, right? Are you doing that?
Texas is coming up. I decided not to do it because I sell to a lot of Europeans. They will not be here.
Okay.
Because I guess they, number one, can't get here. If they could, they can't get back home.
Right.
Can't get back in. But I'll be ready to go into Allentown, Pennsylvania in fall.
Okay. So what's some good St. Louis music to pick up? I know the Don Cunningham, is that a good?
That's a rare one. It's not what it once was. And a lot of the things that in the 80s, these what they used to call Casey classics, they've kind of fallen by the board a little bit. But there's still a guy who will sell them all those on a disc.
Right.
You know, those are good. But St. Louis still buys. Everybody collects a different genre. Like I was always a 45 guy. But right now, albums are hot.
Yep.
60s, 70s, 80s albums. Metallica.
Right.
You think that's current music, but those guys that were 20 when Metallica first started are in their 50s.
Right.
You know, so.
Yep. I saw a woman yesterday that I know was 60-something wearing a Metallica shirt, so
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we all get old. We all get old. And the music I liked is kind of passé now. you know, the doo-wop.
Yeah.
When I started collecting, that was about the only thing that was collectible.
Right.
And then all kinds of other genres. But metal's hot now,
Yeah.
so soul.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot.
Daydream Sunshine Daydream.
Oh yeah, in St. Charles?
$200.
Nice. Nice.
Just a bunch of stuff, common stuff, a couple seal ones.
He buys, like when I set up here, he bought a ton of stuff for me one time. It was just crazy how much stuff he buys. $11,000 worth of records for a Corvette.
Well, a new used Corvette. It was like a
Corvette.
73. But still,
Yeah,
it was
still a
neat.
Corvette.
Yeah,
That's
still
cool.
a Corvette.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
I didn't have air conditioning. It was, oh.
I used to play for
Hey guys, how are you?
Here are some items that I have sold that I picked up at the record show. This is an Elvis promotional poster for when it was released on VHS. I sold that for $10. I picked up this Ghostbuster 2 movie poster and it sold for $20 on eBay. The Stevie Ray Vaughan 12x12 promo poster sold for $15. The Studebakers LP sold for $25. Studebakers were a St. Louis band, and when I saw it, I thought I could sell it, and it did. Sold to somebody in Kansas City, actually. This promo poster for the band Missouri from their second album is not sold, but I have it listed for $100. I picked it up at the record show in March, and I paid $10 for it. So I have a good uptick on what I can get for it. And it's a pretty rare poster. Records I picked up from the record show. Battlefield Earth, Alfred Hitchcock Ghost Stories, Robin Hood Top Cat, Rangers, New York Rangers hockey record, 2 Stan Musial records, a Hardy Boys record, a record with Jane Mansfield on the cover, a Mr. Magoo, a Beatles cover album, like a bunch of different bands doing Beatles songs. It's a soundtrack to all this in World War II. Connie Stevens from Hawaiian Eye, and then A Space 1999 were the non-musical records, basically. Who gave you chips? That's some good stuff.